Hello everybody and welcome back to the Empire Let's Play series. Today we're going to get a few things done. One of them is we are going to go to the Nether and connect our newest portal up with our previous portal and try and build a little path between them. The other thing I want to do is I want to finally trim some armor. I've been talking about it for a couple of episodes and I finally got some feedback about what you liked, so we're going to try some things out. But to start off today, we're going to finish our storage facility. You can see between episodes I went through and I started labeling more of the areas. So we have a few more item frames up with some different things in there. It started getting a little bit more organized, but we still got a long way to go on putting this thing together and getting all moved in. So let's get that knocked out and let's do it in the form of a time lapse. And there we have it. Looks real cool from the outside. Put a couple lights out just to keep things bright. And when we walk inside, we now have this long corridor, a little bit higher in the center than it is on the sides. So again, these little alcoves kind of dip in here and there. In the center, we have these columns that go all the way down. And I figured out using a mod, I have a mod called Light Level, and Light Level will show you what is spawnable. And I realized that some of these nooks here, we needed to put some additional lighting, or else we would get some really dark spots. So all of the alcoves have some lights in here, in addition to the lights along the wall. We're all sealed up. Not completely moved in yet, but we're getting close. So I think the next thing I want to do is I want to get the coordinates of this portal, and then I want to go into the Nether and put the portal in the proper spot, and then build a road between this portal and the portal over next to the hilltop village. I'm going to grab some more stone. I also want to check and see what elevation this portal is at. So over here, we are at 64. It's kind of weird. It's 164, 64, 64. Totally just a coincidence. Now, actually, we do take a little bit of a step down. So instead of 64, we go down to 62. So we've got our coordinates. We've got some stone. Let's connect some portals. So all things considered, we're actually not too far off of where the portal should be. So the first thing I'm going to do is tear this portal down and put it in its proper spot. And there we have the beginning of our nether road. So over here, this is the portal that goes to the hilltop portal, over by the hilltop village and the bridge and all that. And what I've done is just step down a couple, and then this is all slabs, so we won't get pigmen and skeletons and things spawning up here. And then I did a wall, so if I see a ghast, I can potentially hide from it. As we run along, we hit a little slow spot here where there's obviously soul soil in the ground. Yep, there it is. I think what I want to do is tear all of this out and replace it with stone. And you can see up here at the turn. Ooh, skeleton. Yeah, we'll make that safer eventually. But yeah, up here you can see I replaced the walls with stone, and I think it looks real cool. If we did that all the way down, you know, we could leave some spaces and gaps, but wherever there is netherrack on the wall, tear this out and replace it with stone. And I think the stone gives it a real out of place look. Looks like people brought materials from the overworld and built in here, and I think that's real cool. When we come over here, we step up a little bit, and we still need to build a little bit of an enclosure here. And then this portal takes us back to the storage area. Eventually, we'll build another portal over by the mesa, and then we'll have a little bit of a fast travel to get all the way across the world or to get to our storage facility to grab materials. And I think that'll be real nice. Last thing we're doing today, we're going to trim some armor. I got some comments, and some folks gave me some opinions. Lapis is out. I think diamond is out. Amethyst is out. Some folks like the emerald. Some folks like the iron. And then I got a couple other suggestions. I was told to check out copper on diamond. And I was told to check out quartz on diamond. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. So we'll just use the bolt armor trim because it's a real busy trim. And let's see what copper looks like. It is kind of interesting. Not quite as garish as gold is. It's a little more subdued. Almost kind of a brown color. What's quartz look like? I do like quartz. Quartz and iron are actually pretty close. For funsies here, let's check out. So quartz, iron. Ah, I see what happens. Quartz just brightens it up. It's definitely a little more a white color. Iron, definitely a little more metallic, a little more gray. I like both of them. Let's look at a helmet real quick just to get an idea. So again, copper, we get that kind of deep brown color, and then quartz, iron. We're going to do quartz. I think we're going to do quartz. If we want to do other materials, we can always get more armor. Let's duplicate the bolt armor trim. I think if we do this, yeah, that makes another one. Pretty cool. And then we'll put one of those with the quartz on our chest piece. I think I like that. I think it's cool looking. Let's give that a shot. Nice. It's interesting how the rib has kind of a darker look to it. And then bolt does that. Gosh, I really kind of like the bolt again for the helmet. Got nothing else to spend our diamonds on, I suppose. Nice. Boots and pants. We're gonna pause on that. I wanna think on that because I'm not sure that I love any of these, and I'm not sure I want to spend any more diamonds yet. Yeah, I think that's looking really, really sharp. You know, the last thing I want to do, I want to run over to our map library. And I want to update our map so that we can see the storage facility. So, storage facility should be right here. And there it is. I think between episodes, I'm going to go ahead and label this on the map. And I think I'm also going to start grabbing stuff from Rollins and Blakey and moving it over to the storage facility. And that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. If you want to be like these folks and help support the channel, click join below or scan the code on the screen. And thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.